Are you a passionate salon owner committed to a clean, green, and sustainable beauty practices? Have you already built an experience where holistic beauty thrives? But there's one challenge: attracting and retaining clients who share those values. You might have wondered if it's even possible. Well, today I am here to tell you that not only is it achievable, but I've cracked the code, and I consistently bring in 25 to 35 new clients into my clean and sustainable salon every single month. And I haven't spent a dime on traditional advertising or social media ads. So how did I do it? I want to talk about that because I want to support you in showing you the secrets behind creating a thriving salon ecosystem that resonates with your dream clients. And it is your time and your turn to become a beacon for clean beauty enthusiasts.
Welcome to the Salon Owner's Holistic Blueprint, your podcast for unlocking the secrets to a thriving salon business through holistic practices. I'm Jacqueline Rodriguez, your host. And join me each week as we explore wellness, sustainability, and business success. Everything from attracting conscious clients to adopting eco-friendly practices. We're going to cover it all to elevate your salon business.
So, welcome back to the Salon Owner's Holistic Blueprint podcast. I am your hostess, Jacqueline Rodriguez, and I am really excited about this episode because this is what I hear salon owners talking about all the time, that they're having troubles attracting and retaining clients who are passionate about their industry, the thing that they want to do: clean beauty, green beauty, and sustainability. Now, I totally understand because it was overwhelming for me. And I had a huge learning curve after many, many years of just facing challenges. And when it came to reaching out to the clients who genuinely appreciated the commitment that we had to clean, green, and sustainable beauty, it was not the easiest thing. And I felt like I was, speaking and nobody was listening. But I have also witnessed numerous salons, including my own, successfully attract and retain loyal clients who wholeheartedly embrace clean beauty. And the best part is that I managed to do all of this without pouring money into traditional advertising or resorting to like flashy Facebook ads. It's all about creating a holistic ecosystem in my business. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with running ads. It was just not something that I was in the place to do at that time. And honestly, I just didn't know how to run ads. So I had to do it a different way. So what was my secret? It was all about shifting my perspective, stating my beliefs, and implementing a concept that I lovingly call the client ecosystem. Before we talk about how we create that holistic client ecosystem, it's important to know that without the pieces of shifting my beliefs and my perspective, and without these other steps that I'm talking about, it is very hard to do to attract the ideal client, because you may be having tons of client in and out of your salon every single day, and they may not be the ideal client. They may be those clients who don't want to spend any money, or always complaining about your prices, or who just simply drain you. I know that I have been there many, many, many of times where you have a client sitting in your chair and they are not happy to be there. You're not happy to be there. And it is draining for everyone. And the only reason we have those clients is because we are not being specific on who we're attracting. So let's dive into the steps that I took on how to attract and retain the clients that were my raving fans. The first step is defining your salon's clean beauty values and mission. It is like crafting the North Star for your salon. It's guiding you towards a unique space in the clean beauty industry. So how do you create your vision and your mission? This is the part where you have to slow down to speed up. So getting into quiet space, whether that's taking a walk, whether it's taking a shower and just letting yourself relax and not overly think everything, right? Sit with your thoughts, sit with your emotions, and sit with the experience that you do want to create, right? So I do a lot of meditation, and when I'm in my quiet space, I'm a doer. Like, I am also a recovering perfectionist, so my two sides battle each other all the time, because I have realized that when I am in just do mode and I'm always going, but it seems to be slow and things just aren't working out, I have come to realize that that's the time where I need to slow down. Thank you for joining today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed the training, and if you have any questions about anything I talked about in today's training, or honestly anything I've talked about on this podcast, I want you to go to www.cleanbeautybiz.com/advisor, or you can click the link in the show notes where you can ask me any questions you have about this episode or anything else that I have covered on this podcast. Again, that link is www.cleanbeautybiz.com, and this amazing little tool allows you to get your specific questions answered by me 24/7. I need to take time to reflect, to see what's working, what's not. Is this aligning with who I am, right? What are my personal values? What is important to me? An example of that is, like, I have kids. One of the important things to me was not to miss out on their activities. I didn't want to miss out on wrestling and cheerleading, or not cheerleading. My daughter doesn't do cheer, but she's a wrestler and my son was a wrestler, and I did not want to miss out on that experience for them. So important to me is I get to have weekends off and evenings where, when their schedule is crazy, I can make it to almost all of their meets. Another thing that's really important to me is reducing the toxins. I felt a difference when I would walk into the salon, and for years I didn't realize and I did not see the correlation, but I felt a difference after being away from all the toxins when I'm at home or traveling. And then I would walk back into this super toxic environment where I'm breathing it all in, and I would leave with headaches, a little bit of coughing, tight chest. That's not normal. That is not what we should be feeling. And not to mention, I was exhausted. My clients drained me. The work, like as a salon owner, I was just drained because there was so much to get done, because I didn't have anything in place, like no systems. I didn't have a holistic view of it at the time. So slowing down, taking that time to see what's most important to you so that you can then reverse engineer how you get to that space. Right? So by getting really clear, slowing down, you can create a mission and your values so that you can then apply that and create that holistic ecosystem for your clients. Okay, so the next step is that we take a closer look at what your clients are experiencing. Clean and sustainable practices are not just about products. It is about creating that holistic experience for your clients. How are they feeling before they come to your salon, when they're booking online or where they're calling And, they're looking at if they even want to come into your salon, right? So what are they experiencing before they come in? What are they experiencing when they first walk into your salon? That is something that you want to have an entire ecosystem. You want to know exactly how they experience every step. It's all about creating that experience. And we think about the experience when they're in the salon, but most salon owners forget or just don't know that it is just as important to create that experience before they walk in the door. Then when they're in the salon for their service, how are they feeling? But then the big thing too is in between services. What experience are you creating for them? Do you just book an appointment, say, okay, see you in 6 weeks, and then they hear nothing from you until it's like, hey, your appointment is in 2 days or 3 days or whatever your reminder system is. And then that cycle just goes over and over again, right? They don't think about you, hear from you, have any type of experience in between. That is a crucial part of the ecosystem. So making sure that from the moment that they are aware of your salon until each and every appointment, you are top of mind. You are creating that experience for them. Okay, so the third step is communication, especially when you're aiming to attract and retain clients who appreciate clean beauty practices. It is such a big piece of communicating. And I've found, and most salon clients, they will say, like, they left for a few different reasons. One of the big reasons is there's a breakdown in communication. They didn't know how to articulate what they wanted, and they didn't understand how you were going to provide the service, right? So having clear communication between those two is crucial. The other thing that clients will leave a salon for is because they're bored. They don't feel like they have that opening to communicate with their stylist that I want something new. And half the time they don't even know that they want something new for their hair. They feel like they just get stagnant because there's no communication with their stylist. So they end up leaving and they go to another stylist. And tell me if you've ever heard this. They sit down in the chair and they go, yeah, my last stylist was fine, but we just, did the same thing, and I'm looking for a new look. Well, your old stylist was probably perfectly capable of giving you a new look, but because the communication was not there and the stylist was not leading the communication, there was a breakdown. And that will result in clients leaving, and they may not be super unhappy. They may not be like mad or anything like that. They just might be bored. And when that comes down to it, it really is your responsibility as the salon owner to teach your stylists how to communicate properly so that they have an open communication and honestly a safe space where your clients feel like they can ask questions, they are safe in your environment, and also that the stylist feels like they can be open and honest, because communication goes both ways. I remember distinctively working in a salon, and this salon, I had to take every single client, whether I felt comfortable doing the service or not, or whether I thought it was going to be damaging, right? So I've always been one, I kind of over communicate sometimes with my clients because I want them to really understand everything. And this client had come in. She had, I think, blonde, but she was blonde before. She had box dyed like 2 or 3 times black in her hair, and she was coming in to get highlights and wanted to be blonde in one setting. We've all had clients like that, right? But I vividly remember this client because I sat down and I talked to her and I'm like, look, this is going to be super damaging. I didn't feel comfortable because her hair also was not in a good state. If I would have put any sort of bleach on her hair, it would have broken and then I would have been in trouble for that, right? So I sat down with the client. I explained to her why I didn't feel comfortable, what the process would be to get her hair back into a state that would be safe for her to go back blonde. I communicated that with her and I turned her away because I did not feel safe. Like, I think we did a haircut, or no, she didn't want a haircut. She just wanted color. So I turned her away because I did not want to break her hair. I was not in a salon that advocated for communication with the stylist and the clients. So I got in major trouble because it was a no-no. Like, you did not turn away a client regardless, or you lost your job. So I did not feel safe communicating and supporting my clients in a way that was helpful not only to me, but to the client. So it is your job as a salon owner to make sure that you create an environment that the stylist is safe communicating, as well as the client is safe communicating back and forth. So the last thing we're going to talk about in this episode to attracting and retaining your clients is consistency. You want to keep your standards consistent. So what does that mean? Setting systems into place.
This episode is brought to you by the Holistic Salon Academy. At the Academy, you gain access to knowledge, tools, and a thriving community you need to excel in the clean, green, and sustainable beauty business. By joining the Holistic Salon Academy, you become a pioneer in a new era of beauty and wellness.
So that the experience for each of your clients is always consistent, right? Things are going to be different. Like, I don't mean everything's the same all the time, but your client should have a very distinctive idea of what that experience is going to be every single time they come back. So when you set up systems in your business, it is much, much easier to create that consistency throughout all the services, throughout each and every stylist. Because here's the thing, whether, like, especially if you're a salon owner with other stylists working for you. Obviously, I had put something out there, like, I don't remember what the reel said, but like, it was talking about how if someone comes into my salon, they are going to get the same experience no matter what stylist they go to. Now, someone in the comments said something about, like, everybody's different. Obviously, they're not going to get the same because we're all different. That's obvious. We're each individual people, and we do things differently. We cut hair, we color hair, we talk differently. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the experience. So all of the key components of before the service, during the service, that consultation, the communication between the stylist and the client is consistent. So as a salon owner, if you have a client that comes in and goes to multiple stylists in your salon, they should have the same experience. That consultation should be the same. The way that they're greeted when they come into the salon, the amenities, what they're offering, the products, the feeling when they're in the salon, right? There's a feeling to how you have consistency. And then the same consistency after they check out. Everybody gets the same information. They are also communicated to and with in between their services. You have that ecosystem in place, and that goes for every stylist. And every stylist will be different personality, different people doing, different things, but the consistency in the ecosystem is the same. Okay, so there you have it. 5 essential steps to attracting and retaining clients who are passionate about the clean beauty industry. And when you bring all of these together and you have a comprehensive